Well, good morning, everyone. We're very excited to have Art World Forum here and putting on this event together. Lynn and I went to the last event in Singapore, which was really interesting and great. Hopefully it'll be a great day, very interesting and stimulating for you all today.
Welcome everyone. I'm going to speak in Chinese here. So we're going to go through the bilingual because there's many guys actually flying from China to be here, and we would love to include them as today goes. 欢迎大家今天到那个图兰朵艺术工作室，但是呢，这也是我们 TIAC 的艺术中心的其中一站。然后今天我们的一整天的行程呢，会有很多来自世界各地的艺术家和艺术，就是在艺术经济领域给大家很多建设性建议的人。所以呢，欢迎所有的学生，还有我们的艺术家、艺术老师们，能够在这里带到一些珍贵的知识，然后呢，帮助我们进行一些传播。
So I might just go through what I was going to say, and then you can.
Okay.
Well, just to get us started, following this theme of artists take the lead, we thought it would be a good idea to introduce briefly what TIAC is and what we do and what we're leading towards doing in the future. Because myself, Lynn, and really our whole team are in some way working in the arts, either as professional painters or sculptors, or photographers or designers or architecture students, or in various fields related to the arts. So we are very much in the mold of artists who are trying to do something to improve the world for artists and give opportunities to artists. And so I just wanted to go through a few kind of tangible things that to give you a sense of what we do. Because we do a lot of stuff, and it's hard to explain everything, but I thought I'd give a few ideas about what the type of people we are trying to help in what we do.
He has a long list.
So it's not so long. It's just three things that we're doing now, and three things that are in development that we will be doing very soon, just to give you a taste of it. So the first one is, and this is really where it all started, with Lynn and Liu Xiaoyu, who's here as well today, originally founding the group, where the group as it all started. And that is, let's say that I'm a young student from China, and I'm looking to study overseas, perhaps in Italy. I want to get into university. I want to develop my portfolio. Perhaps I need to develop skills and language skills, and I probably just need help finding somewhere to stay and getting around the city and getting used to being in a new place. And that's something that the TIAC's Turandot program is now facilitating. And so there's quite a few people who are working on that, who are an amazing team, doing that between China and here, and really helping a lot of kids who are coming over here and getting into university. Really talented people, but just that bit of help is helping.
Speak in Chinese.
Sure.
快速用中文讲一下，我觉得多数的人都可以听懂，但是我还是这样说一下。在这一侧呢，就是站在这一侧的很多的我的中国同事，他们都是图兰朵工作室的负责人啊。迪华老师是这边的副负责人，然后呢，张峰老师因为今天有一个更重要的一个图兰朵的会议，所以没有出席，但是他下午的时候会加入我们。然后那边在帮助做志愿者的张海是我们这个图兰朵工作室在这边就是当地的去组织学生的一个就是负责人，有任何问题可以去问他。所以现在 Scout 在讲说我们 TIAC 就是有多少项目在这里，然后呢后面呢我会一一跟大家介绍。
Okay, and the next example I wanted to give is that let's say I'm an artist from America, from Italy, from China, and there's a certain artist that I would love to study with or get feedback on my portfolio. Someone really high-end that you think is just really out of contact. For example, Antonio Lopez Garcia, Galucho in Spain, or Odd Nerdrum from Norway. Now these are names that for me you hear these people and you think this person I'm never going to meet, I'm never going to see, and so this is the artist, the master workshop program that TIAC is running has made those guys, particularly already, more accessible to people, and we've already run workshops with them.
刚才 Scott 在讲说，我们在那个佛罗伦萨除了图兰朵项目呢，我们还在做艺术家驻地和艺术家大师班这个项目。他在讲，这不是只是为了中国艺术家而衍生的项目，因为在世界上很多国家的艺术家因为语言和地域的不同，所以呢不能够直接的去寻找他们想学的大师的课程的信息。所以呢，在这个过程中，我听到自己的回应，在这个过程中，然后像比如举个例子说，美国的学生想跟安东尼奥·洛佩兹先生学习的时候，他没有办法去就是知道他的信息在哪里，所以通过 TIAC 我们做了洛佩兹大师、奥德大师、格鲁筹大师不同的课程，这样子，所以大师课程是连接世界和艺术家的一个很重要的桥梁。
Okay, and finally, for let's say that I'm an institution, either in China or in Italy or elsewhere, and I would like to collaborate. I would like to somehow set up a kind of collaborative or exchange program into or out of China. That's something that TIAC has already been working with a few different organizations in making things more transparent, easier, and streamlining that. So that's another field.
刚才我的同事又在说，在中国和在西方，很多的艺术家其实是很少有更多的机会去展示他们自己的平台。那 TIAC 呢，通过我们的就是东西各方面的资源和平台，我们也将为就是年轻的艺术家或者是优秀的艺术家搭建出一个未来的工作机会。这也是我们 TIAC 在致力的一项，就是很重要，对于我们自己也很重要的一个事业。
Okay, so on to what is in the pipeline. What's happening next? So that things are hopefully becoming bigger, more general, and have bigger impact going forward, even than some of the things that have been done so far. So one of the things is, let's say I'm an artist who is finishing my study. I've just finished my study, so I've had time. I've been my institution. University or atelier has been guiding my activities for the last 3 years, say. Now I have to strike out on my own. I have to work out what I'm going to be painting, what I'm going to be, how I'm going to place myself in the market to make ends meet, to what galleries I should contact, what opportunities I should look for, how I should organize and manage my mental state, all of the things that are going to be challenges. And so for that, TIAC has been working with Miguel and Basilio to develop the Art MBA program. We've been consulting with various artists, and this is a program intended to do exactly that, to help people in that process.
刚才 Scott 讲的一个很重要的一件事情呢，就是说艺术家们，包括艺术生，在学校里面可以学到很多很有用的知识或者是技法，我们可以找到很多的地方去寻找到我们想要的，就是在艺术上面的发展。但是当毕业了以后，很多艺术家，包括我们自己，都有很多的迷茫，而这种迷茫呢，其实是一个非常无法打破的事情，因为艺术家的脑中想，我只做我的艺术，其他人去帮助我们做其他的事情吧。可是其他人在哪里呢？我们并不知道。那在这一次的活动中，像 Miguel， 像那个 Basilio， 就是一个是谷歌的负责人，一个是Basilio 是 DJ Qualia 的一个发行者。然后呢，我们根据他们两个在一起，为艺术家们提供了一个艺术 MBA， 就是艺术家的商学院，把所有商学院的课程变成了一个2天之内就可以学会的一个很简单的项目。那这样的话也希望能帮助艺术家们把自己的艺术当成自己的创业的方向，然后呢艺术家可以更安心的可以去经营好自己未来的专业上面的发展。这也是 TIAC 马上要推出的一个线上的一个新项目，希望同学们和来的艺术家老师们可以关注一下。
Okay, and another thing is, let's say I'm an artist from America or elsewhere, and I would love to travel to China. I would love the chance to teach a workshop there perhaps and travel around. Could be pretty intimidating to try to set that up myself, but an exchange program of teachers going from outside of China into China to teach a workshop is a part of a program that's being set up by TIAC as well.
他在讲一个全世界的艺术家都想做的一件事情，就是什么呢？去中国。中国的艺术家肯定觉得很有意思，因为我们虽然很多的大师班，然后游学团来到像这个文艺复兴的圣地，但是呢，其实对于全世界的艺术家来说，中国是东方的一个神秘的地方。现在中国的经济发展，然后国民的强大，人口的众多，艺术家的基础和艺术家的专业的强度，让更多更好的艺术机构和艺术家希望能够去中国去看，去跟你们去学习，跟你们去成长。所以呢 ，TIAC 也在做着一件帮助世界的艺术家去中国的一件事业。
Okay, and finally, the last example I want to give, and this is the part that I'm specifically working on with TIAC, is let's say I'm an artist from any time in my career. I may not be particularly good at self-promotion, self-organization, finding opportunities, keeping track of opportunities, connecting to people and keeping those connections going. Probably not. Actually, most of us aren't terribly good at that kind of stuff if you're doing art. And what if I could do those things and some of the functions that we're all struggling with in social media networks, and what if I could put all of those things into one place and make it an online organizer place to find that are pre-curated opportunities, residencies, grants, competitions, all the things that I could be interested in one place. I can keep track of them all and contribute to a growing sort of ecosystem of similar professional artists. And that's a thing that we are developing right now. It's nearly built. It will be released soon. It's called Sign Arts, so watch this space.
And also I just want to add something in English, because the Sign Art platform also not only the solution for Chinese students, Chinese artists come to learn from European masters, also for all the artists like ourselves. For example, I speak pretty good English, but I feel really struggle to find information in Paris, in Spain, in the places language is not accessible to me to understand to go. So Sign Art actually basically, thanks for genius Scott, came across with this like 5 different language, like a German, French, English, what else? Italian, Spanish, and also Chinese. We translated all into English at the moment, and going to release to all the artists accessible, and then be able to easily and freely, like within the culture or language difference, and you can actually learn from the master you want to learn, and you can share with your knowledge with the local student as well. So that's what we actually focus on for Sign Art, and I'm very excited that it's coming to life after 1.5 years efforts. Yeah.
So that's really what I wanted to, just those 6 things, the type of things that we're working on. Finally, I just wanted to say, I think that often artists are kind of canary in the coal mine in the financial system. We are the first ones to go down when things go south. And I think that it's really important that artists can support each other and gain strength in numbers in places like TIAC and through events like Art World Forum to help ourselves not go down in those difficult times. So, thank you.
Thank you, Scott. Actually, I'm going to continue just speaking in English, making our presentation really short. But I do want to share a couple of reasons why we doing this Art World Forum here, like in TIAC in Florence. First of all, everyone pretty much know who I am. My name is Lynn. I'm an artist, I'm a painter, and then also I'm part of a TIAC association member here. And then through the events, like I've been through, like as a co-founder for TIAC association, and then going to everywhere, like for example, Art Basel or like even Art World Forum in Singapore. Myself, like having this sitting there, just thinking what I'm doing here. Because listening to all those capitals, the big numbers, and nothing to do with the young graduates, nothing to do with me, like am I going to get those funds? Am I someday going to become 450 million, a billion auction art pieces? For the living artists, whoever going to be, have that opportunity, we don't really know. So actually, when I was in Singapore attending amazing event with Annie and Veronica, And then I said to them, hey, all those people like talking about art insurance and then logistics and then auction house and then galleries, is anything for me, like for the young artists we actually presenting in art school and new graduates. And that's why thanks Veronica and Annie like giving this amazing opportunity, bring art business to artist center, and then like artists to questioning what's in our mind, why we're doing that, and then our puzzles you need to get answers. And there's some professional people from gallery, museum, and then art education like academia, and going to give us a good conversation we can ask for. Before I walk out on stage, I wasn't prepared to have a conversation with Scott already. So I actually prepared a little slide and want to give you a bit idea why TIAC started and why we're doing that again. So first of all, I want to welcome everyone who come to Italy, come to Florence, join us. And then second, this is why TIAC started. This is a photo probably not very foreign for many students sitting in this room. This is actually one of the entrance exams in one of the city in China last year. This is a university entrance exam. You can see millions of students sitting together. All they need to do is painting same picture, see who's the best, and can go to university. There is no creativity involved. There is I can see my fellow Chinese artists and students' face, and you all been through that. I was very lucky. I never studied art in China, but this is what I heard over and over and over when students came to Italy. So at the beginning, all I want to do in Florence is study, having a studio of my own practice. But my co-founder, where Liu Xu he's not in this room, but there he is outside. He came to me presenting this photo. That moment is really like a kind of a punch me in my heart, and feeling so painful, like knowing there's so many amazing, talented young students in their best age, and they studying like a factory. So TIAC started because of we feel we do need to do something to help this young student who came to Italy want to finding some freedom in art education. But through the time we work on that, we found, hey, this is not just a one country's problem, it's universal. Because everyone can understand in art ecosystem, like in art education, artists, I don't know if you can see clear of this, but it's pretty much artists at art school. We are actually starting here. It's just one of the small point of the whole ecosystem we are. And there's a big, like information and places we don't even know. How many people knowing like logistics, insurance, how you price your first artwork, how you like continuing growing up your commission when someone commission you. So those things, all the puzzles is like we don't know. But what we're good at is we learn techniques, we learn concept. We want to create our own artwork. But someone do need to come in to help us where we can find other information. So that's why today Miguel and then also other experts from industry come here to give us good information, and we can ask him questions about it. And then there is another list of how normally like art value actually grow. I know probably from the back you can't see clearly. I can share that maybe on social media with everyone later. So pretty much this is again where we are. This is art school. Many of my fellow students, even teachers, we still like in this atelier kind of environment, just freshly out of school. So if we're lucky, we kind of growing a little bit to the young like artists and then starting to build up our professional career. But if through this like a whole chain of growing, you can see like there's a far way like to be reaching there. And on our path to become a successful young artist, there is so many elements we do need to know. And then also if you compare the cultural value and then economic value, we have a really strong growth in cultural value, but it's very slow growth in economic value. So all those information, I do think we, as artists, we have a right to learn and to know. If we don't have time to do it, at least we know who we can go for asking for help. And this is a information from Art Basel. We attended this year, and then the analysis of the global sales art by value, and then this up to last year is a 56.6 billion American dollars in value. But who gets that value? Am I like a part of that, or are you part of that?
No.
Can we see like where I'm where on this list? Sorry. 91% artists, like young artists particularly, like we actually there's an opportunity, or we don't really know where the opportunities are. How many of us graduate knowing what we do exactly? How many of us like in the art school knowing like hey, my parents are actually really proud and they're not worried about I'm going to beg on the street after graduate. And 1% of artists earn 77% of all the sales value. And who are those artists? Him. Of course, we're so glad is Leonardo da Vinci actually finally got the highest auction value in the world, but still there's 1% artists like are they considering the living young graduate young artists? This is another report from Art Basel called the Art Market Report, year 2017. And if you can see of that value by sales, value like volume by sales. I'm just giving a quick like a sample of where we are on this map. Actually not. First of all, the biggest value is a post-war and contemporary. And then this is like more than half of the sale. And then European Old Master 6%, other Old Master 7%, and I couldn't even say my own. Impressionism and then post-impressionism and modern. So on this actually the whole map of that young graduate, especially representational artists, is actually not on the map. We not value in this map, but how many of us actually working hard through, like laboring through every day, trying to creating an art piece meaningful for ourselves, meaningful for others. And this is again, this is a global market share of US, UK, and China, and others. Actually, for the past 10 years, like if you can see that American always like the #1 in the world is still taking the lead. But however, it's actually dropping down the share of the market because if you can read other percentage of it, China at 20% at 8% at the year 2006, and now growing to 20%. It's the biggest value growing, and there is a huge population, and then people only started recognizing what art and culture means to the world. So because of that, for us, this is actually a great opportunity for the artists finding collectors in that newly waking up market. And then what we want to do as TIAC, we actually do want to help international artists, young artists who like just laboring through in their studio, be able to find opportunities in other part of the world as well. Again, this is sound like a really complicated. It's from World Economic Forum. They actually listing like for example for art and culture, what elements you do need to know, be able to be in art and culture business. You can't really read everything of that, but again, we're going to share the map on the social media. But from the map, you can see like there's so many like innovation, education, skills, social like connection, lots of things. How much of that artists are aware of that? Again, if I click on arts in education, how many elements we do need to know, like entrepreneurship, like innovation in that, and like also like policies and the economy and then law. So education and skills, like TIAC's want to continually focus on. So even for us, there's so many things we need to continue exploring and figuring out. Again, even like a click just one puzzle of that, you do have many of the fields you do need to be able to tap in to be able to understand. So entrepreneurship, again, this is for Miguel today. There is, as an entrepreneur, as artists, if a world doesn't offer us the opportunity, like a job, so-called JOB jobs, and we do need to creating that ourselves. The best way to creating that, to understand how the whole ecosystem work, and we can actually managing our own art business as artists, as a creator. So once again, all my information shown to everyone is just a reason of